Howdy folks, Jambareeqi here, and welcome to another episode of Jambareeqi Orange, the show where I let my patrons decide what I review. The options for this month's episode included The Rescuers, The Swan Princess Free, The Amazing Spider-Man, Lego Scooby-Doo Haunted Hollywood, Animal Crossing the Movie, and National Treasure. They chose Animal Crossing the Movie. Based on the video game series, Animal Crossing the Movie centers on a little girl called I, who moves to Animal Village, a place that residents adorable anthropomorphic animals. I tries to settle into her new home by taking up a job as a delivery girl and making friends with the locals. I wanted to like this movie, I really did, because it's totally my cup of tea. I love slice of life anime, and I enjoyed playing the Animal Crossing mobile app Pocket Camp. I assumed that this would be a nice, simple film, but it overcomplicates itself by jumbling a bunch of subplots together, many of which end abruptly or don't build towards anything satisfying. I think slice of life films work best when they embrace their simplicity, but this film can't decide if it wants to be a series of sketches or a cohesive dramatic story. One of the only plots that seems to be consistent throughout the film is I's friendship with Margie the elephant, which I can imagine being relatable to some people, because it captures both the excitement of finding a new best friend and the melancholy of going your separate ways. However, this plotline isn't as strong as it could have been, with most of their scenes together mainly being short conversations about following your dream, which are made kind of cute through a cherry pie metaphor, but it's pretty much the same chat topic over and over again. A lot of their friendship is summed up in very quick montages too, so I felt like I'd missed a load of scenes that could have made me more emotionally invested in their bond. As harsh as it sounds, I wasn't that upset or sympathetic when Margie left. There's also a plot about I finding her dream after Margie goes on her own path as a designer, but the film doesn't let I discover her passion. What happens instead is I follows instructions left behind in a series of message bottles. That's not the equivalent of Margie chasing her dream of designing clothes. It's a quest set by someone else, not I's dream that she discovered herself. It just seems like she's settling with what she's been given. This was a missed opportunity to teach children about finding the hobby that's right for them. These message bottles are sidelined in the story too. They're not the central focus, because the film wants to make time for all the unrelated plots that don't last long. So when the sender of these message bottles is finally revealed, I didn't really care who he was or what he wanted, because these message bottles aren't given enough attention in the overall narrative. If you want to just tell a bunch of random unrelated short stories, then do just that. It's okay to go down that route. It's what I expected this film to be like. However, if you want to tell a whole story with weight and depth, then you've got to use all your plots wisely to strengthen your narrative. Don't try to hold your main story together with a series of disconnected short-lived plots though. That's like trying to build a house of cards using different size playing cards. There is at least an atmosphere to the film, mainly thanks to the natural pretty backgrounds and cozy buildings. I did enjoy spending time in Animal Village just to take in the seasons and surroundings. I did also buy that this was a living, breathing community, because the village always seems alive and everyone has their own lives. I is also a sweet lead character too. She's very polite and generous to the animals. She's a decent avatar for a character resembling the game's player. The problem is that I didn't exactly become attached to any of the animals. The village may be cute, but these animals are either flat and underdeveloped or annoying and rude. Everyone seems to be very self-involved too. Even the nicer animals live in their own little world. Because of this, when the film tries to build a sense of camaraderie between this village, I don't buy it. I wanted to like these animals, they have such adorable designs, but their personalities aren't appealing enough, and I never found a favourite. While I liked the atmosphere of Animal Village, I didn't really end up falling in love with the animals themselves, and that's a big problem, because these critters are supposed to be the heart of the film. There's also a human boy called You, and man is he irritating. He spends most of the movie being a hyperactive jerk, causing trouble, or being an idiot. Yes, little boys can be like this in real life, but this is too much, this is overdoing it. He plays an important part in the finale, but this one good deed doesn't make up for his annoying personality throughout the film. I'd look over this film's unlikable characters and muddled storytelling if the animation was at least impressive to look at, but it's the kind of animation you'd expect from a cheap anime TV show from the mid-2000s. The character designs are cute and the backgrounds are pleasantly lush, but the animation itself doesn't compensate for the weak script. It's very standard run-of-the-mill quality, the kind of by-the-numbers movements and expressions often expected with TV budget animation. The music isn't even that great, it's nowhere near as lovable and catchy as the music from the actual games. I don't think I even remember the music. So not even the background instrumentals can make up for the things that bother me about this film. KK's rhythm is a nice inclusion, but that's a song from the actual games. To conclude, Animal Crossing the movie is what you'd expect a film adaptation of the game series to be like. Fans will be pleased to see their favourite franchise coming to life in cinematic form, both mechanically and aesthetically. There's also lots of cameos for them to spot too. However, I don't think that this was a solid movie, because the plots are too disconnected and short-lived to hold the film together, plus the animal characters are too flat or unlikable. Animal Crossing the movie has its perks, but there's not enough positives to help me ignore everything that does not work. I've been Jambareeqi and I hope that you enjoyed this review. If you did, then feel free to click like, subscribe and share. So what am I going to be reviewing in the next episode of Jambareeqi Orange? Well, that's entirely up to my patrons. The options for next month's episode include The Lost World Jurassic Park, Doug's First Movie, Professor Layton and the Eternal Diva, Interstellar 5555, Futurama, Bender's Big Score, and Roadside Romeo. Now, don't forget that you have to become a patron in order to access this poll. What is a patron? Don't worry, I'll explain. This is my Patreon. It's a site for my fans to make monthly donations to me. Those who donate are called patrons. The money I receive goes towards funding my videos and serves as a supportive income for me. Patrons can donate as much as they want each month and stop donating any time. All donations are greatly appreciated, and in return for their patronage, patrons are given exciting rewards, depending on how much they donate, including their names credited in my main show, access to exclusive videos, and the chance to decide a review on my channel. Very excited to find out what I'll be reviewing next on Jambareeqi Orange. Cheerio, folks.